Good morning. Today is Sunday, the 8th day of Nisan. So yesterday, Shabbos, we started chapter 39 in Tanya. And in chapter 39, the Alter Rebbe is discussing, continuing what we finished in chapter 38, where he spoke about the mitzvah with kavana. Is like a body and a soul. Mitzvah without kavana is like a body without a soul. And Alter Rebbe ended up explaining that there is different levels of kavana, different levels of how a person has the intent, the mindfulness. And he compared it to the soul of animal versus the soul of human. Obviously, he was talking about more spiritual animals and spiritual humans. He was talking about using the metaphor of animals, soul of animal, to understand what we're talking about. Just like an animal has instinct and it does what it does instinctively. So the same thing is there, and versus the human who does logically, the same thing is also there's different levels of kavanah, of how we bring out our deep love and fear of God. It could be done in a deeper level, a greater level as human, those are the people, the tzaddikim, or people who are on a higher level, or are capable of creating a love to Hashem through their meditation, through their understanding, through their conviction, and bringing out the love to Hashem through their understanding. This is emotions that is created through the intellect. So this is the kavana, deeper level of kavana, which is connected to the higher level. Then there are those people who are capable of they're not capable of creating new feelings through their own logic, but what they are capable of is to reveal something that is there already. It is the natural love, the natural connection that a Jew has with Hashem. And that needs to be revealed. It's hidden. And this also, it is, although it's a lower level, but it's still a great level of revelation and connection to Hashem through the natural love that a person has. Now, in this chapter 39, Alter Rebbe started saying that this is also why we find by the angels in the book of Yecheskel, the prophet Yecheskel talks about the vision, the great godly vision that he had. And in this vision, he refers to different animals. And we know the angels, we refer to them as different animals. It's called the Pnei Arya, the face of the lion, the face of the bull, Pnei Nesher, the face of the eagle. And the reason is because the angels also have their connection to God is also instinctively. It's not something that they develop themselves. It's something that it's there. It's part of their nature. And the question is, why does the Alter Rebbe talk about explaining the different levels of angels? After all, this book of Tanya is not a book describing angels. It's a book about us, about assisting us humans how to serve Hashem better. And the Rebbe explains that the Alter Rebbe brings the whole idea of the angels to show that, as he explained, that there are two levels of tzaddikim, two levels of people, of neshamas. There are those in the higher level of kavanah. Those people are able to develop the love through intellect. They certainly are higher than angels, that are able to reach even places that are greater and a higher level than the angels can. And in order to understand this, we need to preface and explain that we explained in earlier lessons that there is the four spiritual worlds. There is the world of Atzilus, world of Beria, world of Yetzira, and world of Asiya. Atzilus is the world of emanation. This is the world where is pure godliness. When we're talking about a world, we're talking about a spiritual world, obviously. The world of Beria is world of creation, is the world that is connected with the intellect. Because every world is divided into two and can be divided into four also. What do I mean? Divided into two, we know that each world has 10 attributes. These 10 attributes are divided generally into two. The two is the 3 intellectual attributes and 7 emotional attributes. The 3 intellectual is the chachma, bina, das, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. And the 7 emotional attributes is the chesed, gevura, tiferes, netzach, hod, yesod, malchus. And more specifically, the world also is divided into 4. And the 4 is, the first is the chachma, the wisdom. The second is the bina and dat, the understanding and knowledge, because the wisdom is more of something which is completely nullified, just like a spark of wisdom. In order to get the spark, you need to completely empty yourself from any previous understandings in order to receive a new intellect, a new understanding. That is the chachma. The bina is the settled logic, the settled intellect. When you understand it, when you grasp it, and it becomes broken down into pieces. That's why it says the mother is connected to bina, the father is chachma, the father is the spark, the dat. The mother takes the dat and develops it. So this is the bina and das. And then you have the other two, is connected with the 6 emotional attributes. And the last one is malchus. Malchus is the kingdom, the royalty, it is the speech. It is the bridge to the next world. So it says, Malachim, the angels, in general, the angels are connected with the world of Bria. Now, in each one of these 4 worlds, in Atzilus is connected with the level of chachma, of wisdom. The world of Beria, the second world, is connected with the understanding, with the logic. And the world of Yetzira is more connected with the world of emotions, and the world of Asiya is the world of Malchus, of the kingdom, the action. Now, so he said, and he explained that the Malachim are in the world of Bria. But a neshama, the soul, Malachim is the world of Yetzirah, the world of formation, they're more emotionally, because the Malachim, the angels, are more instinctively connected with God. The fear and love to God is more an instinct rather than intellectual. But the neshamas are able to reach in the world of Beria. Now we're talking about those souls that get to the point of understanding godliness and appreciating their love and fear to Hashem through their intellect, so they are able to reach to that level of Beria, the world of Beria. And the reason why the Alter Rebbe brings this, the explaining about the angels and all of this, is in order to encourage us, help us to understand that a human is able to get even higher than a malach, even higher than the angel. And even those souls that are not capable of reaching that level of intellectual love, still, and only they have is the emotional love, the love that is innate, that's natural in them, they just have to reveal it. Nevertheless, the Alter Rebbe brings it also to encourage them too, that the rest of us also can get when we know that we are capable of reaching at least like an angel. Now, the angels are pure, connected with God, and we know that we can do it too because we have that capability. That itself also, that's why he brings it down here in the Tanya to give us the understanding, that we should understand where we potentially can reach. And the Rebbe concluded yesterday that the neshamas, the souls of the tzaddikim, who serve Hashem with the chilu urechima, with love and fear that comes from the bina, that comes from the understanding and das in the greatness of Hashem, they are in the world of Beriah. In the world of Beriah. Continues the Alter Rebbe in today's lesson to say that the tzaddikim themselves, those neshamas that they can reach to the level of Beriah, the world of creation, which is the world of intellect, godly intellect. Which part of the soul reaches the world of intellect? This is the higher part of the soul. And here again, we need to explain that there is in the neshama, we know we have 3 levels of the neshama that is connected to the body. In general, the neshama has 5 levels, but there's 3 that is connected with the body, and this is nefesh, ruach, neshama. And to oversimplify it, nefesh is the part of the neshama that is more connected with the action. The ruach is a part of the soul that is connected more with the emotions. And neshama is the part of the soul that is connected more with the intellect. So when we're talking about the tzaddikim, that they are in the world of Beriah, that the neshama is in the world of Beriah, we're talking about the level of their neshama, the part of the neshama, if you follow me. They also have the ruach. Their ruach, meaning the part of them that is connected with the emotions, that part is connected with the world of Yetzirah. And there is more to it. We're going to look inside. I know we got to keep up. It's a little deep, this concept, but we'll try to understand, to explain as much as possible. So let's look inside what the Alter Rebbe says. Achainu, says the Alter Rebbe, neshama is that mamash. He says, however, this statement, that the abode of the tzaddikim, who serve Hashem with the intellectual love and fear, is in the world of Beriah, the world of creation, which is the world of intellect. This applies only to those souls which are actually on the level of neshama. Shehein bechinas moichin de gadlus ein sof baruch hu, and which represents a superior intellectual perception of the blessed Ein Sof. Aval bchinas ruach shel tzaddikim, but the tzaddikim who are in the level of ruach. Here it says the tzaddikim that are in the level of ruach, but perhaps it also means the part of the ruach of the tzaddikim. V'chein Kol she'ar neshames Yisrael, she'ovdu Hashem b'tchilu u'rechimu, ha'mesutores b'leiv klolos Yisrael. And the same thing is also similarly all other souls of Israel who serve Hashem with the natural fear and love that is hidden in the heart of all Israel, not with the love and fear born of the intellect, which is basically the rest of us. Our serve Hashem, but we have the natural love, and that is something we can wake up, as the Alter Rebbe said in the earlier chapters. So this neshamas, we reach to the world of Yetzirah, the world of formation, which is the world of the emotional parts of Hashem, the world of the emotion, not the world of the intellect. So in the world of Yetzirah, basically, it seems like we have three things. We have the malachim, the angels, they're connected with the world of Yetzirah. We have the level of the ruach of the soul of the tzaddikim, meaning the emotional part of the souls of the tzaddikim, they're also connected with the world of Yetzirah. And the souls of the rest of the Yidden, of the souls of the Jews that serve Hashem mainly not with the intellectual love, but with the natural love. So this is where the place is in the world of Yetzirah, and we do not go up those souls, not the Malachim, not the neshamas of the Eden, and the souls of the regular Eden who are serve Hashem with natural love do not go up to the world of Bria except when? Except for Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh. And Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh, it says the souls ascend to even a higher level, to the world of Bria. That's what it says here. Ein oiles l'shom rak b'Shabbos v'Rosh Chodesh levad. They ascend to the world of Bria only on Shabbos and on the new month. It says when all the creation ascends to a higher level, as it is written, every month and the new moon, and every week and the Shabbos, all flesh will come to prostrate themselves before me, says God. It is only then that these souls ascend to the world of Bria, the higher Garden of Eden. Now we're talking Gan Eden, has also two levels. We have the Gan Eden Atachton and Gan Eden Elyon, the lower Gan Eden and the higher Gan Eden. The lower Gan Eden is considered the world of Yetzirah, the world of emotions. The higher Gan Eden is considered the world of Beria. And on Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh, it says the souls, even that are present in the lower level, ascend and come up to the higher level of Gan Eden, and they go through the Amud, through the pillar. What does that mean? They go through the pillar that goes through from the lower Gan Eden to the higher Gan Eden. Which is the world of Bria, Nikra Gan Eden Elyon. The world of Bria is called the higher Gan Eden. And that is Leis'aneg al Hashem v'leyones meziv hashchina, to delight in God and bask in the radiance of the Shechina. Now, what does it mean, that pillar? What are we talking over here? The pillar shouldn't picture a physical pillar. You got to think an abstract pillar. The idea here in Amud means is from the word omed, standing. It is generally taught in Chassidus that from one level, to reach from one level to another level, one needs to unclothe himself from the previous level in order to reach a higher level. Just like the Gemara says about Rabbi Zera, when he was studying the Talmud, the Babylonian Talmud, he needed to fast 40 days for him to forget everything that he learned in order to be able to reach the Jerusalem Talmud. And obviously it doesn't mean to forget literally, but it means to forget to remove from the method of thinking, the understand. In order to reach a higher level, you have to remove yourself completely from the previous level. And this is called the Amud, that enables a person to reach to a higher level. For this, he needs to completely remove himself from the mundane things, from the previous things. That's why it says when they go to Gan Eden, they need to go through this process of forgetting all of the pleasures of this physical world. And like this, from spiritual world to spiritual world as well. He has to go through this process to remove himself from one level in order to get to the next level. That is called the Amud, the pillar that lifts the person, the neshama, from one level to the next level. And that is to bask and enjoy in the light, in the greatness, from the glory of the Shekhinah. Ki eina anoa v'tainug l'seichel nivra, elo masher maskil u'mevin v'yedei u'masig u'sichloi u'binasei. The intellect of a created being delight and derives pleasure only in that which it conceives, understands, and knows, which is the Chachma Bina and Das, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, and grasps with its intellect and understanding. Masha efshar le'lovin u'lehasig moirin sabaruchu al yedei chachmasa yubinasa yizbarich. As much as it can grasp of the blessed Ein Sof through his wisdom and understanding that shines in the world of Bria, meaning in the world of Bria, shines the wisdom of the understanding from the higher world, from the world of Atzilus. There shines some of the light of Hashem, and the neshamas that reach there are able to grasp something, whatever they're able, from the higher level. And Alter Rebbe explains why the simple souls, why do they have this privilege? Why do they have this privilege to reach to this high level? Even though the souls that serve Hashem with a natural love in this world, they don't get to that level here in this world of reaching, creating a love through understanding. So how come they become Shabbos, Yom Tov, they're able to reach to these levels? Says the Alter Rebbe, the reason why is because they, in a sense, do something bigger. They subjugate, they break the evil, they break the other side, and that gives them the ability to reach even a higher level. That's what it says. And the Malachim don't reach that. Why? Because the Malachim don't do that. The Malachim don't have the fight with the evil inclination. That's what it says. The reason why the souls are able to reach higher than the angels, even though they only served God with the natural love, fear and love. So why are they different than the angels? Angels can't reach that high to that level, and yet the souls of the people, humans, do reach that level. Says the Alter Rebbe, is because through their own fear and love to Hashem, they do subjugate the Sitra Acha. The Sitra Acha that is clothed in their body is subdued. Bein bebchina asur meira lichboish atavos uleshabrod. Whether we're talking about sur meira, meaning turning away from evil, to conquer and crush their lust and desires, or whether in the realm of doing good, as we explained earlier in the Tanya. When you do good, you bring more light, and you break the evil. They had a choice to choose to do bad, God forbid. And nevertheless, so bocharu b'toiv, they still chose to do the good, la kafya, the sitra achra, to break the evil inclination, la stalkel, yekora, the kutchabrich, chulu, and that caused the glory of Hashem to be elevated and to be and to remove the darkness. As we mentioned earlier, the superiority of the light over the darkness, and the superiority of the light that emerges from the darkness, as we mentioned earlier. Now, all of this, what we just said, is we're talking about the place where the neshamas are, the place where the soul stands. But their Torah and the divine service, however, they're actually absorbed in the 10 spheres, which is godliness. The Torah that they do, the Torah itself is part of Hashem. The light of Hashem is unified in a perfect unity with the Torah and mitzvahs. V'hainu, b'yud sfiras de bria. Specifically, he says this means that one's Torah and divine service. So what he's saying is that the soul itself reaches only as much as it can reach, but the Torah that a person does, the mitzvahs that a person does, this is something that reaches into, connected with the level, the 10 spheres of Bria itself, meaning connected with Hashem. And it's connected to the 10 levels of 10 spheres of Yetzirah by when we do it with natural love and fear and love of Hashem. Now within them, within the 10 spheres of Bria and Yetzirah, are clothed the 10 spheres of the world of emanation, the world of Atzilus, and they are completely unified with them. The spheres of Atzilus are clothed in and completely unified with the spheres of Bria and Yetzirah. The spheres are the 10 attributes. And the 10 spheres of Atzilus are in turn, they're perfectly united with their emanator, with Hashem, of blessed Ein Sof. Now the souls, on the other hand, in contrast with the Torah and the mitzvahs and the divine service, the souls are not absorbed into the godliness of the 10 spheres, but the souls, rather, they stand instead in the chambers and the abodes of the Bria and Yetzirah, which are the world of Bria and Yetzirah, separate beings that are not united with God, as are the spheres. In other words, there's a difference between the chambers of the world of Bria and Yetzirah and the spheres, the attributes themselves. The attributes themselves are connected, bound with God. The Torah and mitzvahs that we do, they are one with the spheres. So therefore, they are connected with the attributes of Bria or attribute of Yetzirah, depending on what kind of Torah mitzvahs you do. But the soul itself stands in the chambers of the Bria and Yetzirah. And there, while standing in the chamber, it says, V'neni meziva shchina, u'oyer ein soif baruch hu, ameyuchad beyud tzviras the Bria, oy the Yetzirah. There, the soul's delight in the radiance of the Shechina, meaning the blessed Ein Sof, as it is unified with the 10 spheres of Bria or Yetzirah. What do they benefit? What do their souls enjoy? They enjoy the ziv, the radiance, the ray of light of their Torah and their service, what they do. Ayin Zayah, it says in Zayah, the portion of Vayakel, Daf Reish Yud, Kischa mitzvah mitzvah atzma, because the reward of a mitzvah is the mitzvah itself. Because the mitzvah itself, what the person does, creates this ray of light of Hashem, and the soul is standing in the chamber of these worlds and enjoying from this ray of the Torah, of the mitzvahs that they did in this world. Wow. Yes, this was a very deep lesson. And of course, what do we take from this? Is appreciating what the mitzvahs that we do and the way we do the mitzvahs. And that is the importance of doing the kavanah, understanding what we accomplish while we do the mitzvahs. That lifts us up to higher levels. Our neshama is connected with higher levels when we have a deeper understanding. So we make a bracha, Baruch Atah Hashem, blessed are you Hashem. We think what we say. We think what we accomplish with this mitzvahs. Thank you very much for joining and share this deep teachings of the Torah, and let us, this Torah, enlighten our lives.